How's it going, Giants fans? Welcome back to Fireside Giants with your boys Alex and Anthony. Today we're looking at Kayvon Thibodeaux's pass rush snaps against the Dallas Cowboys in Week 12 on Thanksgiving. Apologies. A lot of good stuff. This was some of the best pass rush film we've probably seen from an edge rusher on the Giants in a very, very long time. Kayvon Thibodeaux was phenomenal. And a lot of people will point to, well, he didn't have any sacks. He had 9 pressures, guys. That was the most he's had all season long. In fact, that's probably as many as he had in his last 5 weeks combined. He had 4 hurries and 5 quarterback hits. He made an instant impact. You're going to see throughout this film that Dak Prescott was getting the ball out ridiculously fast, throwing it up in the air, trying to just give his guys a chance because Kayvon Thibodeaux was in his lap a lot. And, this is a really good sign for the Giants. He only had 26 pass rush snaps. He had 9 pressures on those snaps. That's just called efficiency. And he got a lot of action against a really stout offensive line for the Dallas Cowboys. Took advantage of that, left tackle situation. Had a couple of snaps on the right tackle side as well. But altogether, very, very impressed. Some of the best film you'll see from a rookie pass rusher this season, probably from a Giants pass rusher in years. So, Anthony, what is your impression of Kayvon Thibodeaux? I know you discussed him a couple of days ago and how he's really grown into the season and started to kind of take over for the Giants. But as a rookie, this is exactly what we hope to see. This is exactly what we wanted to see. And it's setting him up specifically for a very, very bright future.
100%. We are seeing the emergence of Kayvon Thibodeaux. He's finally hitting his stride. Yes, it took him some time. No, the stats might not completely reflect it on the box score. He's not racking up a bunch of sacks, no tackles for loss. He only had 1 tackle in that game against Dallas, but you watch the film, or even if you just watch the game, you know that he far exceeded that, performance that was suggested by his stat sheet. I mean, Kayvon Thibodeaux was in the backfield frequently. He was winning pass rushing snaps on a regular basis, and he looked like an absolute menace, and he was an absolute menace. And now you just look ahead, add in some extra players to this defense, like Tony Jefferson coming back, like Azeez Ojulari coming back. It only means more productive pass rushing snaps for Kayvon Thibodeaux, more one-on-one matchups, and just more goodness, more of that great 5th overall pick that we were hoping to see, and that's what we're starting to see, right? So he started off the season injured, missed the first couple of games, comes in week 3 against Dallas. It took him a little while to get it going. Let's be honest, first few games, nothing too crazy. There are a couple batted passes that we really like, but now we're this deep into the season, and this is kind of where you see rookies start to pick it up, and that's what we're seeing with Kayvon. He's really starting to pick it up. He is playing some excellent football, and I can't wait to review this film, take a look at some of these plays, and discuss what a phenomenal player the New York Giants drafted with the 5th overall pick in this year's draft.
Exactly. So let's dive right into it, my friends. Kayvon Thibodeaux, so you'll see us on the right side of your screen right now. He flip-flops a couple of times, but man, the impact that he had was just insane. I mean, you can't stop him. For a rookie, his pass rush variety is expanded, right? He is using a myriad of different moves, and he has such a good hold on leverage. You know what I mean? Like, he's so quick and agile. His first step is electric. That was one of the biggest pros about him coming out of Oregon, was that his first step was faster than everybody else. He was able to beat that snap count more so than the tackles at some points. And you can see that here. I mean, he's against a tight end, and Dalton Schultz doesn't stand a single chance. You'll see Dak Prescott, he knew Kayvon was going to be there all game long. Every time he dropped back to pass, he was like, all right, I got to get this back. I got to get this ball out before I count to 3 because, he's going to be my lap. And those quarterback hits, they show up pretty frequently. Half of his pressures were QB hits, more than half, which is a pretty nice stat to recognize. Beautiful.
Yeah, and there's one quarterback hit there. He had a bunch of them. I believe he had 5 in total on Dak Prescott in this game. And there you see him in the 2-point stance going up against the tight end chip block. That's something that you need to point out here, is that they were chipping Kayvon Thibodeaux frequently throughout this game. He still managed to rack up 9 pressures despite the fact that they chipped here. Now, it was a blown pass blocking assignment there. The tackle was supposed to also help with Kayvon Thibodeaux, but really great scheming there by Wink Martindale to get a one-on-one opportunity for Kayvon Thibodeaux with a tight end, clogged up the lanes with other pass rushers, and then really just created a free run to the quarterback for Kayvon.
Yeah, right here, it looks like he stumbles a little bit. Isn't exactly, he's trying to time this out. Because see, he almost gets this. He almost times it out, and then he has to reset, bam. So he gets a little bit locked down there, but, and it actually was an interception by Rodarius Williams. And by the way, Rodarius Williams, coming off that ACL tear, where did he come from? He had a pretty good game last week, and I was pretty surprised. And Giants, everyone knows they needed that secondary help, and he stepped up. So shout out to Rodarius Williams for having a pretty strong game. Let's take a look here at Kayvon. Thibodeaux off the edge again. Nice rip move. Dak is just getting the ball out so fast. The entire game, Dak was just getting it out so quickly. Slips there. A couple of plays where he could have done a little bit better, but overall, the second half of this video is just dominance all around. Looks like that turf, he just slipped a little bit. Not his fault.
Yeah, can't really blame him for
It
that.
happens.
Just slipped on the turf.
Yep. Forced a bad
There
throw.
he goes in the face of the quarterback once again. Yep. See, again, you're seeing that Wink Martindale is figuring out how to scheme free runs to the quarterback for Kayvon Thibodeaux.
He's so fast too, man. He runs like a safety. I mean, look at him. You don't see pass rushers that fast very often and that strong and agile. That was all him. Just, good coverage on the back end too. And every time you're seeing, he just gets
another free run.
Yep. Yeah.
He's just got that closeout speed, Once he's within the general vicinity of the quarterback, he's got the ability to just close in and pressure him.
That's absolutely true. He's so fast. But you'll see, you're right. He's getting a lot of free open runs here. I don't exactly know why Dallas is letting him do this because of that speed. But, he's trying to pick up Jihad Ward or Kayvon Thibodeaux. Seems like they just overwhelm with the numbers, which is Wink Martindale's MO. So not surprised they got a free rusher there. But those QB hits, man, they add up. If you're a quarterback, you're taking hits back there all day with a guy basically running free off the edge. You start to wonder, where is he? When is that guy going to hit me again? And you make mistakes. Of course, now the Giants just couldn't keep their offense on the field, which is another story. But Kayvon Thibodeaux certainly impacted Prescott in this game. Another one. Another really good pressure. Yeah, that's just beautiful.
Looks like he might have gotten held there, too. I definitely saw an arm around Kayvon's neck, and there are plenty of plays like that on this film where Thibodeaux gets really close to getting that elusive sack on Dak Prescott, and then all of a sudden, he just gets a bicep to the throat and no call.
Yeah, so many holding calls. He must be leading the league in holding calls this year. Because right now, not non-called holding calls for that matter. There's another one later on that was just so blatantly obvious. Another free run, little quick throw. He's so powerful. You see that instant impact. Look at how much he shifts that tackle. That tackle's got to be what? 250, 270, 280, not 250, probably like 280, 290, maybe 300. Goodness gracious, that instant impact. Look at his legs. He looks like Bambi, man. He's just trying to hold him back. It's gorgeous power. Really nice there. Moving through the blocks really nicely.
Yeah, and this play right here is one of those plays where, no, Kayvon Thibodeaux is not getting sacks, but against most quarterbacks, that's a sack. Dak Prescott just with a phenomenal play to spin out of a sack. That is literally a pass rusher getting his hands on the quarterback. If that's, some tree like Eli Manning used to be in the pocket, he's going right down. But it's Dak Prescott. He's a mobile quarterback. He can move. He's got some legs on him and some agility in the pocket. But against most quarterbacks, Kayvon Thibodeaux is getting a sack there.
I love this scheme, too. You could say I send Micah McFadden and Jacek Pinnick off the edge. You got three guys, and that guard is supposed to pick up Kayvon, but he sees McFadden coming in on the stunt, and then Pinnick, being picked up by, I think that's Zeke. So you have like three blockers, three guys, but the method of which they're actually rushing forces that guard to recalibrate and, make a decision there. And he decides, I got to go get that outside. And Kayvon Thibodeaux gets that free run inside. Just really a great blitz packaging by Wink Martindale. And that's why the Giants have had a lot of success on defense, just doing stuff like that. Because, you're looking at Micah McFadden. He's a, 6th round pick. And then you look at our 5th round pick out of Indiana, rookie. And then Pinnick, who's essentially a practice squad player. And they're getting a lot of production out of some of these guys who really should not be playing right now. Interesting look there.
Yeah, very interesting alignment with Kayvon Thibodeaux playing that inside linebacker position there. It's not something we've seen too much this season, but we've seen it a couple of times, and I think it shows a lot of trust from Wink Martindale, right? He just really trusts Kayvon Thibodeaux. Whatever he's called upon to do, he's able to go out there and execute, and that's a lot to say about a rookie. A rookie pass rusher, a lot of the times they can't really do more than just pass rush or just run defend. They kind of have to build all that stuff together as the season goes along, but you're seeing Wink Martindale place a lot of trust in Kayvon Thibodeaux, put him in a bunch of different alignments, left side, right side, inside linebacker even, whatever they can do to get him a matchup that helps him get after the quarterback. There's just a lot of trust being placed in Thibodeaux from this staff.
Absolutely. I think this is one of the ones that were also a little bit of a hold from the other angle. Um, I know it looks like a rip move, so I know there's like some jargon in the rule book that maybe it's not a hold or whatever. But I mean, hooking the guy around the neck seems like it should be a hold to me. But I'm not the rule book maker. Nonetheless, easily beats that left tackle. I love how easily he readjusts his step too. Like right here, you'll see like he sees this is not working to the outside. Little stunt, bam, right back inside. It's nicely done. I mean, it's a great throw from Dak, and our coverage is not the best at the moment, but I really like this. I mean, he just mauled that man. Did you see this? Is that Zeke just got run over? Yeah. Oh my God. I didn't even see that at first. Zeke just absolutely gets crushed. Holy crap.
Yeah, I mean, he looked like a force to be reckoned with on that play. But again, you're seeing the Giants go with this all-out blitz package. I mean, they're rushing a bunch of people. They're really stacking the box on this one. And you have Kayvon Thibodeaux, again, matched up with a tight end. They are finding ways to create matchups for Kayvon, which is allowing him to get into the backfield. Easily beats a tight end. Most tight ends he's going to easily beat on a pass rushing snap. But then he also just runs through Zeke like a truck. And that's just awesome stuff to see. But again, I love how Wink Martindale is utilizing Kayvon Thibodeaux, moving him across the line of scrimmage, putting him in a bunch of different positions and seeing where they can line him up to get those matchup advantages.
Absolutely. I mean, Zeke, I don't even know. I feel like Zeke is a pretty strong guy, but Kayvon's like, get out of my way, sir. Puts him on the ground. Absolutely gorgeous. And then ends up being incompletion. Another Rodarius Williams play. Very nice there. I mean, right here, too. I mean, I don't know how Dak gets this out, but this is what I'm saying. Dak knows Kayvon Thibodeaux is going to be in his lap. I think he dropped the snap, but he literally looks up and Kayvon Thibodeaux is in his grill. Has to get really nice play by Dak, to be honest, to get that ball out to Schultz. But I mean, Kayvon Thibodeaux literally instantaneously beats that left tackle. He's like, oh my God, I got to see the stats for that, whoever was playing left tackle for Dallas. But that was ugly, man.
Yeah, I mean, his get off is just insane. Like, how do you get in front of Kayvon Thibodeaux when he fires out of his stance that quickly? He's going to really beat up on a lot of tackles with that. And then again, on this play, you're seeing him get chipped by a tight end before the tackle takes him on. So, again, you're just seeing that he was a force in this game, and Dallas picked up on that. And he probably has that sack somewhere on that stat sheet and has even more pressures, if not for the fact that he was being chipped and double teamed so frequently throughout this game.
100%. And I like here, like, look at the recognition. I know this play is a play action, but look how quickly Kayvon Thibodeaux recognizes this could be a screen pass. Like a lot of times he would, you'll see an edge rusher just keep going through this and try to get to the quarterback, and it'd be a big completion. Watch this. Watch this. Watch. He sees Zeke right there. Watch how quickly he gets out there. I mean, that's high level stuff. He's a rookie, guys. I mean, if this ends up being a screen, and I'm pretty sure he sniffed one out a couple of weeks ago, if not last week, before the Dallas game. This is just so nice. I mean, he recognizes this so well. He takes that play away immediately. I mean, if we have better coverage there, and I don't expect a practice squad player like Pinnock to actually be like on Dalton Schultz like that, but if you have a guy there, that's a really nice play, and Kayvon Thibodeaux locks it up pretty nicely. So in the future, that will pan out. That recognition goes a long way. That's a hold. That is a freaking hold.
100%.
Good God.
It's unbelievable that he's not getting these calls. And again, this is a quarterback hit. This is a great pass rushing snap. That rip move was causing a lot of problems for that left tackle, Kayvon Thibodeaux. He has that one down to a science, and he's getting after the quarterback with it. But that is a clear and obvious hold. And the fact that that wasn't called is just, I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of Dallas home field advantage there with the referees. That's really the only explanation
He's staring
I
at
can think
him
of, because this is pretty clear and obvious.
The ref was staring at him, man. I saw the other angle. The ref is literally right there staring at him. I mean, could there be any more Jerry Jones oil money in their pockets? I don't know. We will find out. But as you can see, this entire film is just littered with Kayvon Thibodeaux. I mean, it's a nice catch, but didn't end up standing. I have to say, that rounds out the pass rush snaps for Kayvon Thibodeaux, but I was fully impressed. This is some of the best pass rush film. I mean, he was in Dak Prescott's lap almost every play. And when he wasn't, he was getting ship blocked because they realized they couldn't stop him. And that left tackle had a long, long day. Did he get any sacks? No. But sacks aren't the end all be all of a pass rusher's life, right? Those quarterback hits count. Those hurries count. Those pressures count. They result in incompletions. They result in interceptions. And you don't see those statistics correlate because I don't even think there is a statistic to really correlate like a pass rusher, like a pressure that turned into an interception, a pressure that turned into an incompletion, like maybe more valuable than a pressure that turned into a completion. You know what I mean? I think there should be a stat, like some sort of numerical metric that determines like the value of a pressure. You know what I mean? Because I feel like a pressure could be determined as like, okay, like it was a pressure, but they got the ball off and it was a completion, or a pressure was ended up being an incompletion or a turnover, which could be like a higher level version. I don't know. I feel like there should be something there, but that's for the economic guys to determine and not me. So end of the day, though, I'm very happy about Kayvon Thibodeaux. As a rookie, he's proving to be everything we expected and then some, let alone being a leader in the clubhouse at 21 years old. Guy can barely drink alcohol. This is exactly what we were looking for. We have 4 years left of this man on a rookie contract. Evan Neal, same thing, 4 years left of the fifth-year options. You have really, really expensive positions locked up for the future. So I'm very happy about his production. I'm very happy about how he's continued to develop as the weeks have gone on. And he shows up in big games. This was a big game, and he showed up in Dallas on Thanksgiving. And I think that stands out as guys that, in the future, when we have a big playoff game and we have a big moment and we need someone to stand up and do something, Kayvon Thibodeaux is going to be that guy. I mean, earlier in the season, think about all the big moments he had. Strip sack against Lamar Jackson, the big, bat down against Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. He had a lot of big plays, and I think that right now that's kind of going under the table. He's had a pretty impactful rookie season. I think he's going to be a very, very good player for a very long time, Anthony. What do you think about that?
I mean, you know that I agree with that. I think that Kayvon Thibodeaux has shown that he has massive potential. We knew that he had a bunch of potential when the Giants drafted him with the 5th overall pick, and he's just showing that he's starting to realize some of that potential. Is there some work to do? Absolutely. Is he a perfect player? Not by any means, but he's starting to hit his stride here, and he's starting to really take his game to the next level. And the more that he continues to play, the more he continues to build on these skills and add pass rushing moves to his arsenal, the better he's going to get. And right now, I love what Kayvon Thibodeaux is bringing to the team. You mentioned that he shows up in big moments, pretty much a game-winning play against the Packers, a game-winning play against the Baltimore Ravens. He's literally correlated to wins on the record sheet for the New York Giants as a rookie. So again, making a tremendous impact. 5th overall pick, you expect an impact, but I think that he's had an even greater impact than I even expected him to entering this season. I really think that Kayvon Thibodeaux has been a true light in the pass rushing department for the New York Giants this season, because I don't think that their pass rushing department has been all that great on the edge, minus Kayvon Thibodeaux. He really feels like the only guy that's consistently getting after the quarterback. The other guys on the edge, they might provide something to run the fence, but they're not getting after the quarterback to the same degree that Kayvon Thibodeaux is accomplishing that. And I just think that the more you watch him play, the more Wink Martindale gets to coach him, move him around on the defense, see where he lines up best, the better he's going to get. And I think he's going to finish the season with more than one sack for sure. There's another one coming. You got to know that. He's going to finish with some decent stats. And I think that at the end of the year, we're going to look at Kayvon Thibodeaux's rookie season and say, okay, maybe it wasn't the most dominant pass rushing season from a rookie ever, but there was so much to build on. And the Giants are going to build that defense around Kayvon Thibodeaux next year and the years following, and he's going to turn into a superstar. I have no doubt. And this game against Dallas, this was his breakout game. He's finally hitting his stride, and I can't wait to see how he finishes the home stretch of this really difficult schedule for the New York Giants.
Absolutely. Me too, guys. I'd love to hear perspectives on Kayvon Thibodeaux, your opinions up to this point. Don't look too much at the sack numbers. Look at all the rest. He's made such a tremendous impact, and I think that we've highlighted that in this video, but always happy to hear your perspectives in the YouTube comments nonetheless. Make sure to like and subscribe. As always, enjoy the rest of your day, my friends, and we'll catch you guys on the next Fireside Giants episode.